sir. One more. Thank you.
Cal, I've got a question and a comment. The comment first on the lady that brought up on the question on sportsmanship at the end of the game. I was watching the World Cricket Club. Cricket, for those of you who don't know, is baseball with Valium sleeping for 8 days. And we were watching the Cricket Club, Cricket Final World Cup in South Africa, and I had my 10-year-old with me, and India and Pakistan were playing, and they're rival countries, and one of the Indian pitchers, a bowler as they call them in the cricket world, threw in a bouncer at 150 miles an hour, comes and hits the batsman on the helmet, the batsman's down on the floor. The Indian team players came over to the player and said, "Are you okay?" Now my 10-year-old is a San Jose Sharks ice hockey fan. He says, "What's wrong with them?" And I think there's a lesson to be learned there, that the message we give to our younger generation of violence in sports as being commercialized. Now, the question I have is, in leadership,
Very well said.
in leadership, and people like you, because I hear what you feel about kids, but in leadership, the travel industry is going through a dramatic change of online presence, internet, the airlines taking away dollars from us, etc., etc. How do leaders in our travel agency industry change that and adapt that as you would do in baseball when such a radical change is happening in the industry?
I don't know if I'm qualified. I have an opinion off the top. Yeah.
Do it in baseball.
Yeah. I don't think anything will replace the compassion or the people element. And so a lot of times it seems like technology is coming along so fast that the people element or the people skills will be lost. I guess the key is to try to merge people skills with your technology. Baseball is kind of a weird sport. If I'm making a comparison, there is no technology. We're not adding aluminum bats. We're not adding, the dimensions are the same. It is basically the same game played over and over again, except with concepts like specialization, closers, setup men, and those sorts of things. The rosters will stay the same. But it seems to me that if you always remember the value of one-on-one relationships or people, skills, and the value that brings, like in my own personal travel experience, you can have a lot of people in your office research things and give you paper, and then say, then you have to decipher what the paper is. And then you can, but I'd like to actually find somebody you trust, rely on their wisdom and experience, because they do this all the time and expertise, and then give more options, use the technology to give more options and help me out that way. So I don't think the people element will ever be forgotten. It's just a matter of making sure that everybody doesn't migrate away from relationships and people. Because if they start doing that, then it just becomes a cold interaction and nobody really wins out then, I don't think. Just a guess. Thank you. Enjoyed it very much. Thank you very much.
Take me on.